which the wealthy have today. God goes after this problem in this epistle. He is on the side of the poor. I am very delighted to say that after all, when the Lord Jesus came into the world, he wasn't a rich man's boy. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was born in poverty. He was born in a borrowed stable. He had to borrow loaves and fishes from a little boy to uh, a little lad to feed the crowd. He spoke from a borrowed boat. He said, the foxes have holes and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath nowhere to lay his head. See Matthew chapter 8 and verse 20. He had to borrow a coin to illustrate a truth. He borrowed uh, a donkey to ride into Jerusalem. He borrowed a room to celebrate the Passover. He died on a borrowed cross. It belonged to Barabbas, not him. They put him in a borrowed tomb. It belonged to Joseph of Arimathea. When I was in college, we had a preacher who came and talked about the blessings of poverty. Now, I was a poor boy, and I mean poor, my friend. This is J. Vernon McGee. I'm reading through the Bible, uh, and not me. I was going to school on borrowed money and was working full time. That man spoke very every morning in the chapel, and I was told that he got $15,000 a year. That was a back in the day when a dollar was worth a dollar. It was a lot of money for a preacher in those days. You know what he had to say just ran off my mind like water off a duck's back. He had no message for me. The blessings of poverty. I just happened to know since I was born that way and haven't gotten too far from it yet that there is no blessings in poverty. Poverty is a curse. The part of the curse which Christ bore was poverty. Riches can also be a curse, as James will show in the epistle. Paul said, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. Paul and James certainly agree here. You can spend your money for the wrong items. You can deposit your money in the wrong bank. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. All the banks are telling us where to put our money, but God says, in effect, I've got a bank and I will keep investing investments up there for you. James will be harsh with the rich, as we see in chapter 5. Proverbs 30 and verse 8 should be the philosophy of every Christian. Give me neither poverty nor riches. What is God's solution to the problem of poverty? It is not to rob the rich in order to take care of the indigent, the lazy, the uh, indolent, the drones and loafers and sluggards and the laggards. On the other hand, God would never destroy the dignity and the self-respect of and the integrity and the honor of the poor by placing them on charity. God's war on poverty and riches does not march under the banner of the dollar where millions are uh, appropriated for relief. It is not aimed primarily at the head or at the stomach, but at the heart. It is a war against class. James is talking about distinctions and divisions among believers which have been brought about by money. And that